Last summer, I decided to take on the immense task of cleaning out my closet. About an hour into it, right before I was about to give up, I just came across a dusty old shoebox with the label Fisher-Price cassette tapes. Inside were a bunch of labeled cassette tapes. I chose one out entitled Twinkle Twinkle Little Star 1997. When I put it in the boombox, I heard the voices of my older sister and I singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. As I listened, a flood of memories came over me, and I realized how ingrained music was in my life and still is, and how ingrained it is in our culture. I also realized how different my life would be now if music hadn't been a part of my life. And finally, I realized the importance of allowing all children to have the opportunity to play, listen, and experience music. There are many benefits to having well-funded fine arts programs in our public schools. As a future music educator, I am very passionate about this subject, and as a former student who has participated in all of these programs, I'm well qualified to speak on this. So first, I'm going to discuss the neurological benefits for children who participate in these programs, and then the emotional benefits for these kids. So first, Dr. Christian Gazer, who is a neurology and psychology professor at the University of Jena, discovered gray matter volume differences in motor, auditory, and visual spatial brain regions between musicians and non-musicians. These kids who learn complex auditory and motor skills and who practice them extensively have physical differences in their brain. Diane Cole, who is a writer for the National Geographic, comes at it from a slightly different perspective. She says that participating in these programs and learning music helps you later in life, as well as when you're a kid. It protects you against memory loss, cognitive decline, and helping you to distinguish between consonants and full spoken words. So those are some of the neurological benefits of participating in these programs and learning music and practicing it extensively. But there are also a variety of emotional benefits for these kids who participate. First of all, they learn how to deal with significant life issues that you will inevitably encounter as an adult. Success versus failure, accountability, and how to be a team player are a few of them. These kids have to know their own part. I'm coming at it from an orchestra angle because that's what I'm a part of. They have to know their own part. They have to be accountable to the rest of the group. But they cannot, as this says, no one can whistle a symphony. It takes an orchestra to play it. So they need to understand that there is something bigger than just their part, and they need to work together to accomplish it. One day, I was helping out the freshman class as a senior, and I noticed a girl sitting in the back after class, waiting with her cello and just kind of sitting. And I went over to talk to her, and I asked if she was okay. And she said that she had had kind of a rough day, and that being in the orchestra room with her cello makes her feel better. Now, she is not a particularly good cello player, but for her, this program that she had the opportunity to be in served as a critical opportunity for her emotional stability. Many kids feel the same way. As I was thinking about this project, the speech, I naturally got on Facebook. And these are just a few of the ones a few statuses that I encountered as I scrolled through my news feed. All of them have to do with orchestra or music or art making them feel better, or knowing how to communicate. Children, kids, high schoolers, teenagers, they all need something like this for their emotional well-being. So there are many, many benefits to having programs in our public schools. It is critical for kids, for their emotional and creative outlets, as well as neurological benefits for their studying later. The importance is often underestimated by our political leaders. They get cut with budget cuts because we measure intelligence by test scores, but the music and art cannot be taken for granted. So by spreading information, I hope that I've given you all enough to know that they are important and that we can all value them. Thank you.